Our final speaker, Jack Byrne, is 13. He is not your typical 13-year-old. Think of what you were doing when you were 13, let alone 10. I'm guessing not many of you, when you were 10, were starting up a game-changing, money-raising social enterprise. Well, Jack Byrne is the founder of the charity A Fiver for a Farmer that he started when he was 10 years old. His intent was to raise a whopping $20,000 to help farmers through the worst drought that Australia had seen in centuries. But his project went absolutely gangbusters and has now raised already $1.8 million. And he's now putting his endless energy towards a new project. Most recently, he's also begun hosting a podcast called One Small Act. You're probably all sitting there now going, Jesus, I'm really not doing all that much. Right? This is giving perspective. His podcast celebrates children from around the world who have started their own movement with just one small act. Now, Jack and his family hail from here in Sydney, from up in the northern beaches. Jack's mum, Prue, says that there are in fact two different versions of Jack. There's the Jack who's at home, who can't find anything and loses everything. And then there's the Jack who speaks publicly in front of hundreds of people and does so very, very comfortably. We will be seeing the second Jack in just a moment. Now, Jack was going to be here in person up until just a couple of days ago. He is not here in person. We have got him online to chat this afternoon, and I'm going to let Jack explain to you why he can't be here, unfortunately, to close us off this afternoon. Jack, thanks for joining us. Can you hear me okay?
Jack and Andrew, thank you for that awesome introduction. I'm not here because my sister came down with COVID and I had to isolate for 7 days, so I couldn't make it.
How are you managing the isolation, Jack? What have you been doing the last few days?
Lots of school. It's definitely hard when you're around your family every day. We always tear each other's heads off, but we've gone through it so far.
Excellent. Jack, let me ask you a bunch of questions. You've had an amazing impact in our community. I just gave people a little bit of an idea. Tell us how it all started for you.
Well, in my podcast, One Small Act, all starting with one small kindness, and that's literally how my idea started. One small act of kindness, which was just get people dressing up like farmers for $5 to help this drought, and it went crazy.
And I can see you've got some hats behind you, and I've seen photos. You had a whole lot of kids in school wearing a farmer's hat and a $5 bill, and that started the whole thing off. How did that end up at $1.8 million?
I couldn't tell you. It's crazy.
That is a very good answer, Jack. You had the ambition to raise some money to support farmers. You certainly did that. Things absolutely took off. Give us an idea, what part of that makes you the most proud?
I just think the Aussie spirit, everyone wanting to get involved, helping each other, and it's all for our farmers. These people are some of the most humble people you'll meet. They're always happy, and they just, at that time, they needed so much help, and the Aussie spirit came in and we helped them, which was really amazing. That's what made me most proud.
I'm absolutely sure that would make you proud, as well it should. Along the way, apart from meeting a lot of people, you have met a lot of famous people, TV presenters, celebrities, the Prime Minister. Before I ask you a little bit about that, which one of those people, famous people, was the most exciting for you to meet?
The Prime Minister was pretty big. That was a really cool experience. I got to go on his plane on a route tour to Queensland. And I also met Melissa McCarthy, an actor. I got to go to America and go on a show called Big Shots. But so many amazing things, and I've been so lucky to meet so many amazing people. But I've been very lucky to go through all of these really cool things.
Absolutely. I'm sure a lot of those people are lucky to have come in contact with you as well. Through meeting all of those people, what is something that you've learnt along the way in your journey?
I think definitely that anything's possible. If you put your mind to something, you can definitely achieve it. And, I was just a kid at the time. I still am a kid. I was only 10 when I started this, and, it's gone so far, and I just would have never expected it.
Jack, after a fiver for a farmer, which I've told people about when I introduced you, you've then created something called the Jack's Mates Foundation. Can you tell us a little bit about what that is and what that does?
So it's my registered charity, and people in rural communities and regional areas with all sorts of disasters like droughts, floods, fires. So it's definitely a big job, but it's very fun and I love it.
Jack, just a couple of a couple of days ago, you were having a radio interview on 2GB with Ben Fordham talking about the floods and some of the work that you've done in raising money. How much? Just I want to give people in the room an idea. How much money did you just donate on behalf of your organisation to people who are affected by the floods on 2GB a couple of days ago?
Yeah, so with all the people donating, all these amazing Aussies, we were able to donate $50,000 to these people affected by the floods. We got them. It's crazy. We were able to get them 1,500 packages, all these essentials for them, going through this really tough time, and it was all thanks to the people donating, dressing up like farmers and bringing in $5.
The guy that you were speaking to in that interview, not Ben Fordham, but I think it was the CEO of Food Bank, he was speechless. He couldn't believe that he was hearing that from you, which is fantastic. I mentioned your podcast. Can you tell us a little bit about that and what that's all about?
It's called One Small Act, and I get to talk with some amazing people all around the world who have started their own change, they've made their changes, and they've just gone so one small act like I have, and they're doing amazing things. I'm so lucky to talk to them. They're raising funds, they're talking to people who have COVID. They're just doing so many amazing things, and it's really cool to see.
Jack, I've got one final question for you. The sound isn't great, but where I think most people in the room are getting the message, we're having a few sound difficulties. But what is one piece of advice that you've got for people in the room today, not just for young people, but for anyone who is watching in the room, and I should absolutely include everybody who is online? What is one piece of advice that you've got based on the learnings that you've had from the last couple of years?
I may have said it already, but anything is possible, and if you put your mind to it, you can achieve it. And also think outside the box, be creative. Don't think that this idea's still out there, because it's not. People will listen, and you'll find that group of people that want you to achieve something great.
Awesome. Jack, that is a fabulous message to end our time with you. Is your mum, is Prue there? Because I want Prue just to pop her head in so people can see her as well. Prue, are you just standing like literally just 1 metre away? Hello. Nice to meet your hand, Prue. Jack, send our best to your mum, in fact, to the whole family. I hope your sister is okay. I'm really sorry that you couldn't be with us, but you've done the right thing by isolating. So thank you so much. You are an inspiration, not just to young people, but you're an inspiration to everyone to go out there, do your bit for the community, and just give it a crack and pay it forward. Jack, take care, mate, and keep doing what you're doing. Thanks on behalf of everyone here.